Hello everyone, I'm the Chaos Nightmare. Ben 10 has had some weird aliens, like a Lego alien. So I got to thinking, what if he had access to aliens from other franchises? Like, say, Saiyans or Cybertronians, for example. Now, I know the Ink Tank has done a similar video to this recently, but here's the thing. I'm not the Ink Tank or associated with them. Opinions can be different, they aren't the sole voice of Ben 10, we can all have different opinions. Anyway, with that clear, let's get on with some rules for this show. There will be two sets of rules for this show. Ben 10 rules and personal rules. The Ben 10 rules are simple. No mutant aliens, i.e. stuff like xenomorphs or Cell from Dragon Ball, and no magically created aliens like Anidites. The personal rules are basically, alien is a broad term, so any sapient creature will be counted as an alien, as long as they're not human. Now, I'll also be explaining the theoretical ultimate form for each alien. Say, for example, a Pokemon has an evolution or mega form, they will be counted as a separate thing. Same goes for transformations like Super Saiyan. Now, with that out of the way, let's get on with our what-ifery. Dragon Ball, a fun little adventure that spiraled into power levels and planet busting. For this video, I'll be focusing on a mixed canon, i.e. the Dragon Ball manga and stuff like Xenoverse. Now, for these examinations, we have three candidate species. The first is Frieza's race, or as I'm going to call them, Frost Demons. The second are Namekians, and the third are Saiyans. As for any other race, Majins are created by magic and will be disqualified. Kais and Demons are in a weird place, to put it simply. They haven't done much in the show or any extended universe stuff, to my knowledge. And finally, the other races shown in Dragon Ball don't have that many feats or information to back them up. Now, before we begin, there's something I must talk about. Ki. It is a trained internal ability. A spiritual force similar to magic in my opinion. So, in other words, I don't think the Omnitrix could replicate it. Keep in mind, there are humans in the Dragon World that can use Ki. See Yamcha, Roshi, Videl, Krillin, Tien. They're all good examples, but let's say for the sake of argument, the Omnitrix could replicate Ki. It wouldn't change the effectiveness of these aliens in a major way, in my opinion. It took years of training for Goku to get to the level he was at the start of Z. So that would leave Ben with only standard Ki blasts and the Skydance technique, also known as flying. But with all of that out of the way, let's get into these aliens proper. Now, let us start with Frost Demons. Hailing from an unknown planet, they are a powerful species, though their potential is unknown, as the only known Frost Demons of note is Frieza and King Cold. They are stated to be mutants in extended universe lore, hence their ability to transform from Form 1 to Form 4. We'll assume their fourth form is the default form for regular non-mutant Frost Demons. So what are their abilities? They can survive the vacuum of space without any hardships to their bodies, as well as being able to survive being turned into fragments. We'll assume that the golden form is a natural power rather than something from the mutation, which made Cold and Frieza so powerful and evil. Now, onto the ultimate form. If I had to describe an ultimate Frost Demon, and I do, it would look like a mixture of Cooler's fifth form and Cold's sixth form from the fan comic Dragon Ball Multiverse. It would be a huge four-armed monstrosity. It would lose its mobility, but gain immense strength, like enough to rip a car in half with its bare hands. Now on to Namekians. Hailing from the planet Namek, they are a peaceful species separated into two tribes. The Dragon Tribe, which are the Mystics, and the Warrior Tribe, which are their strongest fighters. The abilities of Namekians include their enhanced hearing, which gives them a weakness to whistling, hardened skin to tank bullets and not feel cold, the famous regeneration ability, stretching, gigantification or turning into a giant, and their healing, telekinesis, and telepathy abilities. Now, as for an ultimate Namekian, I'm imagining a tall armored Namekian, similar to a buff snail, gaining strength and defense in exchange for mobility and speed. Now, finally, onto the Saiyans. Originally hailing from planet Sadala, before destroying it and taking over planet Vegeta, Saiyans were a brutal race of conquerors before getting inducted into the Cold Force. They possessed two great abilities, the ability to turn into a great ape, or Ozaru, under a full moon, and the two paths of Super Saiyan, Primal, which is the path of Super Saiyan 1 to 4, and Divine, which is the path of God, Blue, and Rose. However, this is the limit to their abilities. Remember, Saiyans aren't just limited to Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. They have been seen using blasters for weaker warriors, and some have never even transformed into Ozaru before. As for an Ultimate Saiyan, I'm seeing a fusion of Ozaru and Super Saiyan 4. They lose their ability to transform into Ozaru but are still incredibly tough and durable, all while keeping their ability to transform into Super Saiyan. Now, onto the final recap. In the case of Ben Tennyson, I would see that Namekians would be the most useful due to their varied abilities. While Frost Demons and Saiyans would be powerful, they would not be powerful out the gate. But that is depending on how the Omnitrix deals with Ki. If it's how I think the Omnitrix would deal with Ki, then Namekian would be his best Dragon Ball alien. But if it's how most fans think the Omnitrix would work with Ki, then maybe Saiyans or Frost Demons could be his go-to forms for Dragon Ball aliens. Anyway, with all that wrapped up for now, if you like this pilot, then feel free to tell me which series I should cover next. If you want to submit your own ideas for Ultimate forms, my Twitter and Discord are linked in the description. I also stream on Twitch every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, so be sure to drop on by. And because I need to save this or YouTube will steal my lungs, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell.